Recasters is a weekly anime podcast covering currently airing seasonal anime. If you like to follow weekly releases and hear discussions about it, you're in the right place.
If you enjoy series reviews and previews, then be warned.
Spoiler City straight ahead.
Hello, and welcome back to Recasters, the only anime podcast that was legally convicted for killing Santa Claus, all because he dared to dip his toe in my November. My name is Chase Adam Robinson, and I'm joined here today by my co-host, JessBot3000.
They haven't posted my bail yet. Beep boop.
Yeah, we've replaced Jesse with a robot. The old one was just not performing up to snuff, so we had him program a robot of himself, and then we shot him in the head.
What do you mean, program?
Nothing?
Hello, yes, Florida has nice weather on Wednesdays.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if Florida is ever nice.
It's always a good time down in Florida.
Welcome, come one and all, to another episode of Recasters, where we really don't know how to do an intro.
2 years in, and intro's still not the forte.
I think this might be our 2-year anniversary episode. I think we're like there right now.
Yeah, this might be the 2-year anniversary episode. I didn't even bring any cake. Damn.
Yeah, me either.
Where's the champagne, bro?
Dude, I could go for some champagne. All right. This is the part of the podcast where we talk about anything and everything that interests us. If you're just here for the anime reviews, timestamps are going to be in the description down below. Or if you're watching on YouTube, timestamps are like on the video bar now. Kind of cool.
Yeah, pretty rad. Thanks, YouTube. It's like the one good thing they've done.
Look, we're on YouTube now. You can't say that.
I mean, thank you.
Thank you, YouTube.
Thank you, YouTube.
A great overlord.
All hail glory to YouTube. Google and the Alphabet Company are my superiors.
Jesse, I've been watching something.
No, you haven't.
Jesse, I have not been watching something.
And that's where the podcast ends.
I've been watching something from my childhood.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, I have a friend who I've been hanging out with a lot, and we decided to take a journey. She had never seen this show, and I haven't seen it since I was like 15. So we watched the first 4 episodes of Naruto.
Whoa.
Let me tell you about Naruto.
Wait. First, I gotta know, did you watch the Japanese uncut Naruto?
We watched the Japanese audio with English subtitles.
Was it the uncut version of Naruto?
I don't know what that means.
That means they added everything back in that they had to cut for international censoring. Was there a lot of blood?
Yes.
Okay. We're good then.
Cool, yeah. Dude, yeah. That show starts off good. Like,
yeah, it sure does, dude.
I do want to say real quick that, I told everybody a while back I was into Black Clover for a minute, right?
Yeah.
Black Clover did something at the beginning where right after like the entrance exam arc or whatever, it's like, that's not what it is, but that's what it is in everything else. So the equivalent of that. Then there's a part where Asta's like, oh no, I really have to poop. Then he runs to the bathroom really quick.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm like, oh, great, glad for that. And then I was like, man, it's very rare in anime for them to like actually talk about going to the bathroom, right? And then I watched Naruto,
and you were wrong.
Episode 3, like Naruto spends like half of the episode on the toilet with diarrhea.
Episode 3, and they already got the filler in there. Fantastic, Naruto.
No, I don't think this was filler. This was part. So there's the part very early on where Naruto and Sasuke accidentally kiss.
Yeah.
And then after that, Naruto like basically beats up Sasuke and ties him up, and then transforms into him.
Yeah.
To try to get Sakura's attention.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has to run back and forth to the bathroom the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't think that was filler.
Which part of that is not filler?
The part that's in the manga.
Is it the... Well, just because it's in the manga doesn't mean it's not filler.
That's exactly what it means. Oh, man. So where we're at right now, they're in the middle of fighting Kakashi at the beginning, where he's like, all right, you guys are going to be my students. Now take my bells.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that shit was hype.
Yeah, but right before that, we even get a part where, like, so there's Iruka, which is, like, basically, like, Naruto's adopted dad, right? Like the...
Yeah. The man, the myth, the legend, Iruka.
I straight up thought he was going to die.
Yo, yeah, right? The first episode goes hard.
Yeah, he gets this giant shuriken thrown into his back, and then like blood's coming out of his mouth, and he's like, I just wanted to protect you, Naruto. And I'm like, oh shit, Iruka. And then later they're like, yeah, man, let's go get some ramen. I'm like, what the fuck? You were dead. What happened?
You were literally dying. What happened?
Man, and I forgot how much I hate Sasuke at the beginning. Like, I talk a lot of shit about Sasuke pretty much all the time. My brother Brendan, he gave me a really hard time for talking so much shit about Sasuke, because he's like, bro, he's actually a great character in Shippuden. And I was like, man, I never watched much Shippuden.
That's a lot of episodes to dive through before he gets good.
Nah, that's fine though. I mean, like, that's called character development, right?
Something like that.
So I'm excited to see it happen. But yeah, Sasuke a bitch at the beginning. I still don't like him right now.
Yeah.
There was a really good scene that I liked where the whole time Naruto was pretending to be Sasuke, he was talking to Sakura and he's like, oh, Sakura, I know you love me and I like you also, right? And then the real Sasuke comes out, and I didn't realize it was the real Sasuke at first. And she's like, hi, Sasuke, I love you. And he's like, fuck you. Like, there's this like really harsh moment where he's like, where's Naruto? And she was like, I don't know. And he was like, you're annoying.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, damn.
Savage.
Yeah, dude, this girl like pours her heart. This girl like pours her heart into him, right? And then he's just like, I want you to know that I really hate you. It's like, damn, man.
Your love will never replace my parents.
The OG edge boy, man.
He really is. He's at least one of them. I wonder if there was an edgy boy more iconic than him before.
I mean, we had like Hiei from YuYuHakusho or Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I guess maybe Vegeta. I mean, Hiei too, but like you never really hear people talk about Hiei as an edgy boy.
That's because nobody talks about YuYuHakusho.
You're right. Can we change this trend? Yo, somebody talk about YuYuHakusho already.
It blows my fucking mind that so Togashi, the guy who made it, he also made Hunter x Hunter, right?
Whoa, really? I didn't know that was him.
And Hunter x Hunter is like in the top 5 most popular shonen anime right now.
Dude, that's so weird to me too, because I remember reading the manga when it dropped in Shonen Jump, and like
for Hunter x Hunter, yeah. I own the first 3 volumes and from back when they came out.
A decade later, suddenly everybody's talking about Hunter x Hunter, and they're like, "Oh, it's so incredible! Have you seen it?" And I was like, what, kinda?"
And that's because they had an anime back in the 90s, but it wasn't great.
Oh, one of those situations.
And they remade the anime in 2011. And that anime fucking slaps.
See, I just thought the anime had been around forever because I remember them talking about the anime in Shonen Jump like circa 2005 or something.
Yeah. So they made it around the time they finished YuYuHakusho. I think YuYuHakusho ended in like 99 or something like that.
I think early 2000s.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, there is a version of Hunter x Hunter that exists from the early 2000s that's not very good.
I'm going to go watch that version, and then I'm going to, when people talk about Hunter x Hunter, I'm just going to talk about that version and see if they notice.
Dude, it's going to be like how you read the manga for JoJo. So
yeah.
You're like, yeah, I love JoJo. And they're like, this song's great right here. And you're like, what?
Dude, let me throw you a quick little story. I was talking to this guy on a forum that I frequent for anime, and he was like, yo, what's your favorite animes? And I dropped JoJo as number 1, and then he's like, yo, what's your favorite opener? And I was like, oops, he said anime. So I quickly went through and I listened to all the openings for JoJo in like a 20-minute span. I put them on 3 times play, and I was like, I really like this opening because it's a banger.
The answer is the one from Battle Tendency.
Battle Tendency?
Yeah, that's the best one.
Oh, okay. Sure, yeah.
There's a pretty good one in part 4 also that's like the one that's like chase you, Orega chase you.
I like the opening from the first part of part 4.
That's like the Morio Days one or whatever.
Yeah.
That was pretty good, yeah.
That's pretty good.
I also like the classic Sono China Sarame JoJo.
You can't get better than that.
It's true.
Can't top it.
Until they did. How do we always end up talking about Yu Yu Hakusho and JoJo's Bizarre Adventures?
They're the two greatest anime ever conceived, clearly.
This is, and JoJo's another one that's been around since the 80s.
Yeah. Dude, the thing that gets me is like Yu Yu Hakusho has been one of my staple animes since I was a kid. Like it was there with Dragon Ball Z and Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
and it was big. I remember it, like people loved it back then and like it just dropped off the radar. Where did it go? It didn't get worse. It's still as good as it was. Where'd it go? Why is nobody talking about it? People like, oh, Dragon Ball Z back in the day. It's like, yeah, what about Yu Yu Hakusho, bro?
Dude, okay, I was at Comic-Con a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
Back when Comic-Con was legal.
When that was
And I went to get breakfast at this place in Seattle called Breakfast Bitch.
incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You walk in and they go, "Welcome in, bitches." And also they had I got an oat milk mocha latte that was delicious,
Nice.
and their biscuits and gravy were also very good.
Oh, I do love some good biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, so if you're ever on Pike Place, I love that place, the Pike Place.
Pike Place.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I was wearing a couple of Yu Yu Hakusho pins that I had gotten at the con,
Nice.
and the barista was like, "Oh my god, you know Yu Yu Hakusho. I love that show and no one knows about it." And I was like, "Yes." And we talked about it for a second. And she was like, "Yu Yu Hakusho was the Dragon Ball Z for goth kids." And I was like, "Holy shit."
Legit though.
And that was just the realest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Dude, that's so accurate. Oh man.
So anyways, that was Naruto.
That was oh, yeah.
Dude, I can't believe, like, you know, Naruto and Hunter x Hunter are like two of the biggest ones right now. So kids will come in and I'll be like, "Oh, do you like Demon Slayer?" And they're like, "Yeah, I like Demon Slayer, but have you heard of Naruto?" And I'm like, "What?" Excuse me?
Dude, that'd be like working at a music store and somebody walks in and you're like, "Oh yeah, dude, you're really into like Linkin Park," and they're like, "Yeah, but have you heard of Van Halen?" It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh man, it's so funny. All right, and that brings us into our next segment, Adam's Extreme Dragon Quest Corner. Where I have grinded for 15 hours.
He's got that grind set mindset.
It was so the way the system works is there are basic classes, advanced classes, and master classes.
Just like in real life.
Yeah, just like in real life. So you got your basic classes where you go get an entry-level job. You have to master 2 entry-level jobs to get to the advanced job.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to master 2 advanced jobs to get to the master job.
Okay.
So basically you got to get 4-ish. I mean, 3 at least of the basic classes, depending on what route you're taking, right? If the medium ones have an overlap.
Okay.
But yeah, so I just decided to grind until everybody, like, I'm still level like 16, 17, and all of 3 of my characters are maxed out on their master class that I wanted them on.
Nice.
And that's where I'm at in the game so far.
Yeah, buddy.
Have I progressed the story? Technically. I've played about half of the next town. But I found that, so for anybody who has ADD or ADHD, you might be able to relate with this. I can concentrate way better on things while I'm like doing something with my hands.
Mm-hmm.
If I have something to do with my hands, then I'm going to be able to pay attention better. And so something that I started doing is I've found places to grind in RPGs on handheld consoles where it's mostly mindless. You're not doing a whole lot. It's mostly just mashing the same button.
Okay.
And I do that while I'm doing other things that I need to pay attention to, just so that I can keep my focus.
Hey, that's big brain.
That's how that's gone so far.
Nice. I like that you took the idea that 86 gave us last week, where you just do a lot of really cool fighting instead of give us any story, and you implemented that into your game.
Yeah. I watched 86 and I was like, why didn't I think of that?
What What a good idea.
I read Records of Ragnarok, and then I was like, oh, of course.
Yes.
Only fights? That's what I've always wanted.
This reminds me of something. There's like a high school, and they were fighting. There was like a god or something.
There was a lot of gods or something. Maybe everyone was a god even.
It was the gods we made along the way.
Oh, man. Yeah, so and then I did also play a little bit more Dragon Quest VIII with my buddy who yelled at me for not saying his name on the podcast. I had specifically avoided saying his name for privacy reasons.
Incredible.
And then he listened to the episode and he was like, "What the fuck, man?" He's like, "Continuity, dude. They got to know who I am." It's like, "Okay, Josh. All right." So there you go, Josh. Are you happy? Josh and I have been enjoying Dragon Quest VIII. We finally have all 4 characters because there's actually only a full party in the original Dragon Quest VIII, just the 4 characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
One of those characters sucks.
Which one is it?
His name's Angelo. By the way, okay, so this goes back into Josh and I's previous games, right?
Mm-hmm.
We played Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, which I think I mentioned before.
Yeah.
And that's the PSP game.
Okay.
He actually had bought something so that we could hook his PSP up to the TV, so I played the actual version.
Nice.
And that was a lot of fun. But in that game, they say a character named Angeal's name in a very specific way. They always go, Angeel. That's like how they say it every time.
Okay.
So we named our character Angeel with an exclamation point at the end as a reference to that. And I forgot the 4th character's name was Angelo. And this was the worst mistake I've ever made in my life. So I keep getting their names mixed up because they're almost identical.
Oh, no.
But yeah, Angelo, not very good, man. I feel like everything that he, like, by the time you get him, he's just like a little bit worse at everything the other 3 characters do. He can't heal as good as the hero character, Angeel. He can't deal damage like Yangus can, and he can't do magic stuff like Jessica can, so he's just like bad.
Dude, there's a character like that in Dragon Quest XI. I'm pretty sure like him and Angelo are the same person.
Is it the clown looking guy?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I fucking man, I haven't played 11 in a while, but I hate that guy.
Yeah, he's not really a character you run in the party for the most part.
Yeah. So, yeah, Dragon Quest still very fun. I'm really glad I started playing these games again.
Hell yeah.
And with that, please enjoy the episode.
First up, we have Platinum End, Episode 5.
Holy shit, dude. This did not go how I expected.
This is a weird-ass train ride, dude.
That's like, okay, so we immediately thought that Mirai was going to jump in and save the day, right?
Yeah.
Turns out no.
Not at all.
Actually,
Empty cliffhanger. Zero cliff, all hanger.
0 cliff, all hanger. 0 out of cliff. Would not recommend.
Would not jump.
No, I think this was great, though. Like, the shock value from this was actually very worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
You know, they left it off in a way where we were like, oh, yes, this is what's going to happen. And then they subverted those expectations.
Yeah. And they both subverted the expectations of the cliffhanger they set up, and they subverted the expectations of what the hero is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Man, we got a little bit more glimpse into Metropolitan Man's everyday life.
If you can call it that.
This guy, fucking wild.
This is Light Yagami if his family had been rich.
I think this is Light Yagami. Like, I feel like both of these characters, our protagonist and the foil, who is Metropolitan, both of these characters are just, they both have attributes of L and Light.
I'm not really seeing L, but maybe.
Watch the show again.
What's this show again?
If you're not seeing it, it's your fault.
Wow, gaslighting. Honestly, I feel like they're both just 2 versions of Light.
That's fair, yeah. But I don't know. I feel like with Metropolitan, we've got this L-esque demeanor where he's sit alone in a room kind of guy. The like quiet to yourself thing.
Did you not watch Death Note?
No, I did.
Light spent 90% of that sitting in his room writing in a notebook.
Yeah, with Ryuk.
Okay, and Metropoli man here, whatever is Kanade. Oh yeah, dude, we learned his name.
Yeah, who cares?
Uryu Kanade.
Yeah,
It's almost Canada.
Neapolitan.
It's Neapolitan. So, anyways, Neapolitan spends 90% of his time sitting in a room with a spooky after-death spiritual figure hanging out around him.
It's just but like the fact that he like froze his sister's dead body. What the fuck?
Yeah, bruh. That wasn't even carbonite. Come on.
Yeah, man. You're trying to, if you're gonna make a Star Wars reference, do it right.
If you're gonna sell your sister off to Jabba the Hutt, don't let her escape. Come on, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, that's super. Okay, I don't know where this show is going anymore. To an extent, because like I know we have angels and all that supernatural stuff, and like that's cool, but the rest of it was like, this is Japan, and we got Japanese cities and some Japanese kids, and it's current year, and they're in a death battle, and you're like, cool.
And then this guy flies into fucking Superman's like
Superman's lair in the Arctic or whatever.
Yeah.
His crystal cave thing. And dude, the school he was going to looks like it's from like the Irregular at Magic High School or something.
It looks like Code
that.
Geass to me.
It looks like Code Geass. Exactly, dude. What? Like, I get that you're rich, but does that mean you're 100 years in the future? What's going on?
Oh, man. I hated his friend.
Yeah, his friend was a dumb. About all there was to it.
Also, like I feel like people are gonna screenshot one of the things he said for memes when he was like, "Let's go to the middle school and watch Babes." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh no!"
Don't say that again. It's kind of funny because the last year of middle school in Japan is our first year of high school. So like, I don't know, like it kind of makes sense, but it's just still weird. In America, when you're in high school and you're like, let's go watch the Babes, you're like, let's go to the beach and see all the 21-year-old partying college girls, right?
Right.
They're like, let's go check out the Babes. And they go to a middle school and watch them do archery in traditional priestess outfits.
They're like, "Oh
Japan's
yeah,
got
cover
some
up more of your skin."
Ooh, look at them ankles, boy. Yeah.
It's the Middle Ages. Oh my god.
Japan never evolved from the Edo period. Help.
Oh. We also learned some stuff about Mirai this episode. Mostly that he can't hate anybody because hating is wrong, right?
It's impossible.
Yeah.
It's literally impossible for him to hate anybody.
Yeah, for the most part, I do agree with Mirai, though, because there's only one person on this planet that I hate, and that's you, Jesse.
I'm glad we feel the same way.
We both hate you. Jesse, I love you. You're my best friend.
Impossible.
Oh, okay, cool.
There is no Jesse. I am a robot.
Oh, yeah. There's only one person in this world that I hated, and that was Jesse, which is why we replaced him with a robot and shot him in the head. I did like the dynamic when we get Fashion Man, right?
Fashion Man.
I forget this guy's name.
Did they give us his name?
Yes. They actually made a big deal out of giving us his name because they were like, "You never told us your name," and he was like, "I didn't," and they were like, "Nope," and then he was like, "Here's my name," and I have no idea what it was.
Wasn't it Fashion Man?
Yeah, and he was like, "My name's Fashion Man."
I've come to save the day.
I like that he pulled out his notebook and he was like, "I've been designing these for us." And they're like, "What? What is this?" And he's like, "Persona outfits from Persona 5. I was like, "Nice, dude."
Dude, one of them was literally just a cat suit.
Just like in Persona 5.
Whoa.
And then one of them looked like Joker's outfit from Persona 5.
Is this a Persona reference?
I hope so. Yeah, Fashion Guy seems cool so far, though. Too bad he has cancer.
Yeah, oof. Maybe he won't anymore.
Oh, yeah, but I really loved the dynamic where Mirai was like, "All right, we'll work with you if you keep doing your treatment, because having dead parents sucks."
Oh, yeah, that was heavy.
Yeah, I felt like that was such a real moment, right?
It really was, yeah.
He's like, "Don't throw your life away because I know what it's like to be a kid without your parents, and it sucks really bad."
He also called him really selfish.
Yeah, true. Well, I mean, which is fair, right?
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I think that's important. A lot of people would be like, "Yeah, we're proud of you. You do your thing, and you make the most of your life. And it's like, bro, you could like keep providing for your kids too, maybe though, if you know.
And then they all watch the TV and they're like, oh shit, there's a serial killer.
Dude, literally so far, this show's way of giving information to our main character is he turns on the news.
Every time.
Literally every time he turns on the news and something important happens. Like, this is like literally a video game. You know what I mean?
It's actually the third time they've done it. Like, breaking news. Or maybe fourth time, right? Because they're like, breaking news. This new comedian is a big hit. And then they were like, breaking news, he's dead.
Yeah. Breaking news, Metropoliman is on TV again.
Breaking news, Metropoliman is killing people. Go to the arena and find out.
Dude, and I love how like self-aware they are too, because just 1 minute the fashion guy is like, okay, look for people who suddenly got really rich, people who suddenly got really big, people who like suddenly married an actress, and then they turn on the TV and it's like, warning, 3 schoolgirls were killed while driving in a vehicle with a knife, and there was literally 0 trace left behind, and we think it's this person that we locked away for killing other people, and we don't know how they escaped jail. And then the fashion guy is like, that's a little too on the nose.
They're like, well, we found her.
There she is.
It's also funny because like I think last week Jesse was like, the wings are the most powerful because you can still just kill somebody.
Yeah, I think I literally said if you had a knife, you could just kill all the other competitors.
Yeah, and then this week they're like, she's got wings and a knife.
And then I like how the one angel was like, yeah, I guess you can do it that way too.
And we actually see, I want to say for the first time, right? We see the dead body on the roof afterwards. And, well, okay, never mind. Definitely not because of his aunt at the beginning. But
we've seen a few dead people.
Yeah, because, well, I was going to say the first, like, gory death.
Oh, okay.
But then I remembered that his aunt, like, stabbed herself in the neck.
Yeah, episode 1 went ballistic. That's where all the gore went. It all went into episode 1.
Yeah, give me more, yeah.
You give me more? Help.
Because everything else has just been the white arrow. But I feel like they do such a good job of making the white arrow like still terrifying, even though it's not bloody, right?
Dude, 100%. They have oh, dude, it was really heart-wrenching watching that little girl get shot by the white arrow, because not only was she like screaming and emotional and she's a little girl, but when he killed her with the white arrow, she just had, I mean, I know it's supposed to be a peaceful death, but her face looked like agonized, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like you could, tears were streaming down it, and it looked like just dark and drained of life. It was like, wow,
fucked up.
Yeah,
what a good show.
Yeah, this show's incredible. Anyways, let me sing its praise.
It makes me feel things.
The emotions have occurred.
How do you know if a show's good or not? Emotions have occurred.
Just as God intended.
Yeah, and then we see Gasai at the end.
We see the girl from Metamorphosis.
Oh yeah, totally, dude. Jesus Christ!
Please no. We see the primary antagonist from Maha Shoujo Site. I know you haven't seen that show. Anybody who's watched that show, you know what I'm talking about, though.
I also wish I didn't know what Metamorphosis was. Shout out to the Masked Man. I watched his video on it, and then I read a synopsis of what goes on to understand what he was talking about. I have never read it. What the fuck?
Yeah, you don't want to read that.
Yeah, I don't want to read that. I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You want to read that.
Anyways. Yeah, that definitely was like absolutely that girl.
Yeah, 100.
And next episode, we'll see them fight her.
Yeah, probably. Either that or we'll see another god competitor who looks like Okinawa boy.
I don't know what you're talking about. Can you?
That other competitor they had a picture of.
Oh, the child.
The child, yeah. Little Okinawa boy.
Dude, I love this kid. He's like holding a hot dog and wearing a mask.
Yeah.
I was like, that's me.
He also had that like sleeveless that was hanging off one shoulder.
Yeah.
He just doesn't care. He's like YOLO. You know how Fashion Guy showed up with his angel powers, and everybody has their own color angel powers, and his angel powers are green?
Yeah.
You know who else had green powers?
Who?
Qui-Gon Jinn from Star Wars Episode 1.
I mean, that's literally true.
Yeah. And you know what else Qui-Gon Jinn was?
What?
He was the old mentor who died immediately after teaching his pupil something important in a very important battle. And who has green powers and is an older mentor type that is slated for death?
Dude, if they genuinely just ripped this out of like one of the worst Star Wars movies.
dude, the whole time I'm watching this, I'm just looking at this guy like, this motherfucker is Qui-Gon Jinn right now.
All right, I got to throw this out there. No shade to Episode 1. I love that movie. It's not a good movie. Please don't argue with me about that.
Yeah. And I love Star Wars and I love Episode 1 and I recognize it's not a good movie. So don't argue.
Yeah. Next up, we got 86, episode 17. What happened in this week's episode? That's not for the podcast. That's just, I need to know.
The 86 are being treated like the 86. The white pigs are dying, and Lena might maybe actually be dead.
I don't think she is. I'm fairly certain
she is either.
in that scene, I'm pretty sure it was Sheen telling an ethereal Lena that isn't real that he's saying goodbye because he's going to die.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too.
I also
he's
don't,
delusional.
I don't think he's going to die either.
I don't think so either.
By the way, stop all of this real quick. Very important thing to say right now.
Okay.
Laughing Fox's name is Theo.
Impossible, but true.
I'm almost 100% sure this is the first time in this half of the season they've said his name.
In season 1, part 2?
In season 1, part 2.
In the second half of season 1.
In 86 and the Deathly Hollows part 2. Anyways, yeah, Theo. This was a really interesting week. I think that they did a pretty good job of making the episode interesting without any action. Not as good as last week's episode that was all action, but still decent.
Yeah, I would agree that it's a setup episode.
Oh, where's Chip?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. They gave us some good info, but it didn't, I don't know, I just didn't feel like it went anywhere.
I think my personal favorite part of this episode was watching Sheen's descent into madness for a second there, where he's like talking to all of his dead friends, and they're like, nice.
I gotta ask you, what part of the show has Sheen not been mad? This man is a nut job. This guy literally hears voices millions of miles away.
Yeah, but like that's science.
That's science.
It's different.
Okay, you're right. I guess those are real voices.
Yeah, so in that case, he's hearing actual ghosts. In this case, I don't think he was hearing actual ghosts.
That's a tough one, but you're probably right.
I think the coolest part was watching them all turn into their tags and the tags come clashing to the ground. That was fucking rad.
I really liked it for the most part. I liked because the first person went like poof and turned into their tag, and I was like, oh, and they said something, and then the next person said something, and then they all poofed and turned into tags, and I thought it was gonna be a little more intimate than that. You know what I mean?
You want every single one of these people to say something?
No, that's way too many. I did not want that, but like a couple important people. I mean, like, okay, to be fair, I don't remember their names, but I didn't remember Theo's name either, and he's still alive, so. But we've got at least like 4 other people who didn't die until the last couple episodes of the first half of season 1. They could have each maybe had something nice to say, you know? They could have been like, yo, my boy, we got him.
Man. There was a couple of people I recognized in there.
Yeah, I mean, I recognized at least half of them.
I didn't look that close. I recognized 3 of them, and I was like, whoa, nice.
I like the guy who was like, I didn't live long enough to remember that.
Oh, yeah. They were like, man, I wonder if Lena's dead. And he was like, who the fuck is that? And then me too, I also said that. Man, Man, we got that fucked up stuff happening with Eugene's sister where he was like, or where she was like, hey, give this letter to Sheen. He fucking killed my brother.
Dude, that's like, this child's like 39.
What?
This child's absolutely savage. She's like, you killed my brother, so I'm going to send you hate mail. It's like, what, dude? What? She's like, here's a picture of you guys dead.
In a world with cell phones.
Yeah.
She wrote a letter.
Dude, just text Sheen.
Like, you bitch.
You motherfucker, come fight me right now. I'm in the parking lot.
Oh my God. 1v1 me, you won't.
Oh, dude. Instead, she's like, she's got the twin pigtail things, the twin braids with the glasses, and she's like secretly handing this letter off to hospital boy. He's like, what are you doing, dude? What? Aren't you like 9? Her
Yes.
pictures look like she's 9.
Well, yeah, that's why she's doing it this way, because she's 9.
What?
This is some elementary school shit.
Yeah, I guess you're right. She's passing notes in class.
Yeah.
And class is the war.
Do you like me? Check yes or no.
Do you want to survive? Check yes or no. So there's this part where the general or some dude, or no, actually I think it was the guy who adopted the 86. He's sitting in the room and he has 2 military commanders on his screens at the same time, and they're having a conference call that he doesn't participate in or something. I don't know why they were doing that, but one of them's this Angela Merkel looking like the Prime Minister of Germany out here, and the other guy, he looked like the super soft prince boy that you would see in like a fantasy anime, who's like, oh, I have to ride my horse and I can't believe I got mud on my jacket, and he like sits in the back kind of scared while the hero does stuff, and then he opens his mouth and he's got straight up like the dark evil villain voice, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Also, I love the dichotomy. Very nice.
You're talking about that dude with the short black hair?
The short red hair.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. He's like sitting there, he's all prim and proper, and he's like skinny white prince boy, and then he opens his mouth and he's like, Waganoa Jose. I was like, okay.
I have come to reclaim my rightful throne. It's also the voice I'm using for my D&D character right now.
Nice.
Okay, before we move on to the next segment, I have to say real quick, we forgot to say this in the opening, so here it is now, but Demon Slayer did not air an episode this week. They have chosen not to air an episode, I assume, because of Halloween. Because why would you want a show about killing demons on Halloween?
Madness.
But yeah, no new episode of the Mugen Train arc this week, so we'll be picking that back up next week. Next up, we got Mieruko-Chan, episode 5.
Mieruko-Chan, more like, I don't know.
Mieruko-Chan's,
Ha.
because there's 2 of them now. Oh my god. This character turned out not to be what I expected at all. I thought she was going to be like tsundere,
I think she's about to turn into one.
but she's so cute right now.
She is so adorable. This is like the pre-tsundere form, right? This is how it happens.
This show does something that I fucking love. Oh, by the way, I didn't read the manga. Anyways.
Oh, yeah. Neither did I. I don't know if I said I would, but I didn't.
I don't think you said you would. I did say I
good.
would. Check back with me next week. This show does this thing that I fucking love, where they'll show you a scene, and then they'll show you the same scene from a different perspective, right?
Yeah.
And just so you get like more understanding of what's going on. So like seeing the scene where she's like, you know, hey, I do see them also, but like pretend not to because it's way easier that way, right? And then we see Yulia, and she's like, oh my god, she's gonna kill me.
Oh.
But also, to be fair, she did literally choke her out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Miko, not the best communicator.
Well, we did see that
dude.
Yulia, like as she was fading out, was about to see the monster there.
Yeah, that's what it kind of seemed like to me too.
It's like the blurry monster thing started solidifying right as she was passing out.
Yeah. Maybe that's why she thought she killed her, because she started to see it so clearly. She thought she was passing into the land of the dead.
Oh my god. I love when she walks out and then Miko's just like, or sorry, not Miko. Hana's just like, Hey, Miko, is it true that you just killed a girl from the other class?
And then she's just like, she's still alive.
She's like, no, I just choked her out. Jesus Christ.
Yo, let me real quick point back to that scene where she choked her out though in that room as her means of getting out of there. Like, why didn't she just be like, hey, let's go talk about this somewhere else?
Right.
Like,
I think that's kind of what she was going for in the first place, because she kept being like, cockroaches, let's get out of here, please.
yeah, that's fair. And I guess, haha, Japan is funny because they are indirect about everything. So
True.
let's all laugh at that or something.
I absolutely love that Miko is so into pro wrestling, though, for some reason.
Yeah, she actually is, dude. I thought that was just a joke from that episode, but she absolutely is. Incredible.
She's just like super into it. Call her Super Eye Patch Wolf because she loves pro wrestling.
Oh, calling out a big YouTuber.
Yeah, dude, but like also one of my main inspirations
That's fair,
as a
though.
creator. So, hey, you won't, but if you listen to this, Super Eye Patch Wolf, love your content. Thanks.
Yeah, maybe say hi on Twitter for us.
No, don't ask for. What are you doing?
I just want him to say hi to us. Say hi to me, please. I need your attention.
Oh man. All right, so after Julius, this one, usually I think the episodes are usually split into 4 parts or 3 parts.
Some amount like that, yeah.
This one was only 2.
Was it?
I believe so.
I'm thinking. Yeah, we I guess we usually have like 3 spirits that cause problems, and this time we only had 2.
Yeah, we had the Yulia section, and then we had the old lady section.
Yeah, okay.
So in the old lady section, I think one of the best parts about this whole thing was like, we've seen Miko in the past mistake a ghost for a person, right?
Yeah.
And this time she mistook a person for a ghost. And just like seeing that dynamic, seeing how the lines blur,
Yeah.
that'd be so fucked up.
It really would be. I both think it's hilarious, and I feel bad for the old lady. Because she was looking like a dead person.
Yeah, literally true. Oh man, but I almost cried during this section. They did this 2 episodes in a row. They've almost made me cry.
Yeah, dude, this show coming out hard with the punches, man. It's emotional.
Because last week was the episode with her dad, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
And this week we got another dad who is also a son.
Yeah. What? Dude, if this show stays as good as it is, it might rival bottom tier character Tomozaki as my favorite slice of life.
Wow, that's not easy to do.
Yeah, true. I might add it into my quadfecta that was a trifecta consisting of bottom tier character Tomozaki, Horimiya, and Kaguya-sama Love is War.
Isn't this just a top 5 list at this point?
No, these are just the slice of life shows I like.
A top 5 slice of life shows that you like.
I only have 4 slots filled.
Yeah, you're getting there. Yeah.
Okay. Soon I will have a top 5 slice of life shows. You know what? Or on High School Host Club.
There
Boom.
you go. Bada bing, bada boom.
But then the problem is I also love Fruits Basket.
Yeah, I was going to say, what about Fruits Basket?
So fuck.
All right,
Now
top
there's
10.
Top 6. Slice
Top
of life.
6 slice of life anime. Let's go. Oh, man, along with the emotions that this segment brought us with the whole, reconnecting with the family sort of thing going on, it also brought up a nuance in the lore for us that I think is rather interesting. And we kind of talked about this before a little bit with the kitten episode, where we had the scary looking guy with nice angel-y spirits and the nice looking guy with like demonic looking spirits just overwhelming him.
Yeah.
And one idea we had was that maybe these were curses or, they were yokai or something bound to the earth, and the others were like, I don't know, happy spirits, ascended, or angels or something like that, right? But now we've seen a spirit that looks like a curse, some kind of evil entity, but it was actually just this old lady's son trying to give her the combination to the safe. So
no, that was her husband. The daughter said you haven't been the same ever since Dad died.
Oh, that's right. My bad. Okay, so I misunderstood his position or misremembered his position in the family. But anyways, same deal. You know, he looks all crazy evil and stuff, but he was actually just her husband trying to help her open the safe so she could get the gift he gave her.
Yeah, so sad.
So sad.
You know, we see this guy, he shows up and he's just saying numbers, and it's terrifying, right?
Yes.
and then Miko has to put it together, and she's like, "Hey, this is the internet. Here's some numbers." And then the old lady, like the Matrix unlocks in her brain. She's just like, "I know what I have to do."
I know Kung Fu. I mean the combination to the safe. Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that she just like remembered her daughter afterwards too. It's like she was so focused on the combination to the safe. It was all that occupied her brain until then.
Completely consumed. It consumed her brain so much she literally became incapable of having short-term memory.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah, that's some focus.
I'm pretty sure that's like a version of real-world amnesia, like how it actually works.
Yeah. It's like if you combined amnesia with jacked-up ADHD.
Man. I hope I never get amnesia.
Me too. Or Alzheimer's. Ooh. No bueno.
Sad.
Yeah. So now I gotta wonder, how do these ghosts work? How do these spirits work? What if none of them are evil, right? What if they just seem terrifying? But what if there's like some secret they got, right? Like I was thinking about that one terrifying guy from the alleyway who was super tall and blew up 1,000 prayer beads.
Yeah.
You know, he was sitting there just going, itchy, itchy, itchy the whole time, right? Like,
yeah.
What if that's just like his riddle, and you just have to figure out what he means by itchy, what you got to help him with?
Well, in this case, he did have another spirit inside of him.
That would be pretty itchy.
Yeah. I think you're onto something, though. I think every spirit has a riddle you got to solve in order to help them out. And then as long as I understood correctly, I think that giant spirit from the alleyway ate the guy afterwards. Ate the dad. So I'm wondering if that's a way for spirits to like move on.
Oh, that would make sense. Once they've had their whatever's keeping them bound to Earth fulfilled, they go get eaten by this monster thingy and move on.
Yeah.
Interesting idea.
I think we're onto something, Jesse.
I think we're onto something. We're going to dig deep. We're going to dive deep. We're going to fly high. And we're going to find the answers to these questions.
We're onto something, JessBot 3000.
Yes. We will uncover the secrets. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Recasters Anime Podcast. We hope you had as much fun as we did.
Feel free to check us out on Facebook. We post anime-related memes there almost daily. Let us know what you think of the current anime season, or even just say hi.
You can look forward to weekly releases every Tuesday morning on platforms like Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. Tune in next week for more anime discussion.
Ja! Mata raishu!